part 2 of the new permission. Wow, what an incredible part 1. So if you haven't watched that yet, get back and have a look. It'll be the previous video. Well, I had an absolutely tremendous day out here. Well, not even day, half day so far on this field. It's a brand new field. It's a stubble field, as you can see. I started in a ploughed field. It was too hard going. I messaged the farmer when I saw that the stubble field looked to be available, and he said, knock yourself out. So here I am. As ever, if you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button and help to support my channel. Right, I'm excited. It's a big field. I mean, it's probably going to be 12 or so acres, I would think. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty more targets to come. So don't go anywhere. First target of part 2. And it is a pretty strong chance of a coin, I would say. 82. We had 4 last time. Oh no, maybe not. What is that there? Aluminium. It is. Well, darn. I had high hopes for a coin there. Right, things can only get better. That is the bit of aluminium that I thought might have been a coin. Well, it could well be a coin. It could be silver, it could be Georgian copper. Oh, we're out. I don't see a bottle top yet. We've got a clod. Oh, we've got something. Right there. We have a coin, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a Georgian copper, isn't it? If it'll come out. Nope. Well, are we going to get anything off it? That's a coin in the first 3 minutes. And if it is Georgian, it's going to be the oldest coin to date off this field. Right, I'm going to have to do a bit of work on this, dry it out, but it's got all the hallmarks of a Georgian coin. I've given it the bendy thumb treatment and we've got some detail. So you will see Britannia seated there on the reverse. It is a halfpenny and it is King George III. Who is, I could just see him, he's disappeared a wee bit. Let's bring him back to life. There you go, look. Very clear head looking to my right. George III, DG Rex George III, by the grace of God. It would have carried a date at the bottom. It would have probably been 1806 or thereabouts. But big buying power. You're probably talking 2 pints of beer. And on the wage system at the time, around about his reign, you're probably earning around about 12 to 13, 14 pence a day if you were an unskilled farm labourer. So this is that's a fair chunk of your daily income. It's probably 1/24th, give or take, but still a nice find, a nice coin, and at least we can tell who it is. The oldest coin off this field so far. Hopefully there's older to come. That's only 10 minutes on the clock. And another coin contender, 86. Well within the realms of a penny. Oh, so I got a penny, halfpenny, farthing off this field earlier on. And that looked like something round. No, maybe it is. Well, it's not a coin, is it? It's lead. Oh, it's a bullet, I think. It is. I think it's a pancaked bullet or musket ball. Ah, well, could have a bit of age date though. 1700s, 1800s, but still, it's a find. This one was a 52 with a bit of a coppery / irony tone, and it's actually a pocket knife, a folding knife. You can just see the iron blade inside with a copper alloy handle, a few pins, so there's probably been a bone or wooden handle on the outside edge. But it's probably 19th, early 20th century. Back when everyone carried a knife. An outside chance of silver, it was only a 74. Oh, it's a ring pull again. Oh my goodness. This is a weird one. It's going down to 72, but going up to 86. Could be another bottle cap. No, it's maybe lead. It is, it's lead. A lead what? Is it a thing? It looks like it's got something going on it. Not sure. Definitely looks like something, doesn't it? With those little lines. I mean, it might be like a window glass lead for the window, possibly. But if you know, comment below. Maybe it's ancient. Plenty of targets coming up, but nothing amazing in the last hour or so. This is the tip off of probably a spoon handle. Yeah, there's an old boundary wall I've spotted that's running right along in front of me. So I'm going to go and head over that way and work my way along that wall. It's been slim pickings for the last hour. I've digging plenty of holes, but not getting quality finds. On the edge of the field out there, just where the green line is, that's an old boundary wall, and it appears on the maps back in the 1780s. So it's a very old stone wall boundary, and it looks like a very old wall, so it might even be the original. There's also an old farm just off to my right shoulder, which runs up to the wall. So I'm going to head over that way, see if it's a busier part of the field. I've not quite made it to the wall, but 81, it's a maybe. Oh, it's also stony. It's better. No, I think we're going to need to get that stone out of the way to get it out, whatever it is. Oh. Right, let's get the hand trowel in there. Try and make it a wee bit easier. See if we can pinpoint it first. Right there, so it's not that deep. Let's get the knife. It is. Oh, it's a buckle. It is. Right, well, that's not what I was expecting, but I'll take it. Let's get the brush on it. It's a little D buckle. Is it ancient or is it modern? Well, I think it's fairly modern. I think that's going to be less than 200 years old. Some people will be laughing at the screen going, what, that's your idea of modern? But yes, that's probably, I would guess, well, could be human, could be horse, could be either or. But yeah, probably 1800s into the 1900s, I'm guessing. It was a bit of a chittery target, but it's come from about 12 inches down, and it looks like lead. And it is lead. No, it's not. Is it? Yes, it is. It's lead, but I don't know what it is. It looks like it's got a shape to it. Maybe another weight? Maybe? Mystery. It's not a weight, it almost looks more like a plug, but made of lead. Strange material to use for a plug. Well, I don't know about that one. It's lead, it's got some shape to it, tapers at the end, like it slots into something. but I've got no idea what it is. So if you know, let me know. The light is already beginning to fade. I mean, honestly, Scotland in the winter can be fairly miserable. It's only 3 in the afternoon and it's already starting to go dark. So, little bronze or copper alloy item. It's got some detail on it, a bit of decoration, smoothish on the back. But I don't know, because I thought it would be flat backed if it was to be mounted on furniture, but it's not. So, if you know, once again, let me know. That was an ear blower, but I knew it was probably something rubbish because it was quite a size. But that's part of a cog, big wheel. But look at the size of it. It was hardly any kind of curve on that at all. So I mean, this was probably part of a cog that was probably like 3 foot across, maybe more. But probably an old piece of farming machinery. Oh well. I've finally made it to the old wall, which as you can see in places, there's not much left of it. But down here, 77, not a great signal. And that to there is either a coin or a button. Come on, light, don't let me down just yet. I think it's going to be a coin. I think it's going to be a halfpenny. A halfpenny, right. Fingers crossed I can get something off it. Back to you in a second. Haha, managed to date it, I think. It looks like it ends in 87, so I think it's 1887, which is Queen Victoria. But on the other side you can just make out her head, and it looks like the young head. So 1887 was 50 years as Queen. Maybe this one just snuck through before they changed the portrait, but then again maybe they didn't change the portrait till a little bit later on copper coins, I'm not sure. But it is Queen Victoria. It's a halfpenny, a halfpenny, and it's yet another coin from this field. Certainly there was a lot going on here in the Victorian period. Just 10 or 15 feet away from that last coin. Listen to that now, it's out, 83. Have we got a doubler, back-to-back coins? No. It's a thing. What is that? It's not a coin. It almost looks a bit like a key mechanism, doesn't it? But it's not thick enough to be a key, I don't think. Mystery. Mystery object. If you know what to do. This is a screamer. This is probably the best target of the afternoon, I would say. 92, 93. And we're out. Don't see anything yet. Are we going to get some last minute silver? Well, last minute. We're in the last hour probably. Then I'll be pitch black. Oh. Aha. Well, that is a coin. It's going to be another. Oh. Dropped it. There's there. Yep, that's it. It's going to be a Georgian copper, I think. Okay, I'm going to do the usual. Dry it out, clean it up, bendy thumb, and get back to you. Well, it's not actually a coin. It's something a little bit more special. It is a copper token. And I think this variety, I'm sure, was worth half a penny. Now you'll see a cross in the middle, there's a figure standing above it. I'll fade in, if I can find it online, I'll fade in what the coin would have looked like. This, I'm sure, is an Edinburgh halfpenny token. I'm pretty sure it's dated to 1797, but you'll see that on the fade in if it's got a date on it, although I think the date might actually be on the other side. The figure with the cross and the standing person is St Andrew, which is appropriate because the 30th of November was St Andrew's Day, and St Andrew is our patron saint. Well, not just ours, several countries around the world. He was born in Patras in Greece. He was one of the disciples of Jesus. He was the brother of St Peter, if I remember right. and he was crucified by the Romans. He refused to be crucified on a cross, so he had them turn the cross to an X instead. He was crucified on that. Later on, when the Romans adopted Christianity, his body was very prized because it was a relic. Constantine starts to hoover up religious relics. Someone has a vision, a man called Regulus or Saint Rule. He decides to take the relics, the body, the skeleton of what's left of St Andrew, to the far west, to the unknown worlds, to the edge of the world, and allegedly he's shipwrecked on the east coast, a little village called Kilrymont, which nowadays is called St Andrews, also known as the home of golf, and that's where it gets its name from, because the relics of St Andrew were there, and they built a massive cathedral, the biggest cathedral ever built in Scotland. But during the Reformation, the relics were lost forever, and the cathedral was burned. So you'll see the shield on this side fading in. Pretty sure this is the side that's got the date on it, and most of these tokens tend to be in the 1790s, so I'm going to say 1797. And an Edinburgh halfpenny. It was probably produced by a grocer or a brewer or such like, and it would have almost certainly passed for currency. Kind of turned a blind eye to it, but that is a really nice find. Really nice. Beautiful. I like that a lot. I think I've actually got one or two of these in the museum in Edinburgh just now, going through the treasure trove process. The flash is on because we're running out of daylight and I've still got a bit of field to go to get to the edge, so I can't stop. This, believe it or not, is actually the first button that I have found today. It's probably going to be 18 into the... well, in fact, no, probably is 1800s. It's a little brass button. Undoubtedly it's got a maker's mark on there, but I'm amazed that that's the first one that I've found today. Still, it's nice. It's got the loop. Maybe I'll upcycle it. I just can't stop swinging the detector, and often the best finds come at the death. This is a screamer of a 90. I've said it all along, I'm amazed that I haven't had anything silver so far. Undoubtedly there's going to be something silver in this field. I was going to say it looks like lead. Well, it's not lead. What is that? Oh, it might be silver, you know. Is it part of a pocket watch? Maybe. Maybe. Right, okay, I haven't decided yet. Right, I think I'll clean this up off camera and get back to you. It's got potential. That's all I'm saying. Definitely got potential. I did say I was hoping for some silver, and when the amount of coins and things coming out this field, I think silver was inevitable, but I didn't expect a silver pocket watch case. And that is exactly what we've got. As you can see, it's pretty buckled, but there are definitely hallmarks on there. A date letter W. There's more going on up here. I think there's also something over here, but the light is too bad to 100% make it out, but that is 100% silver. It's probably got a flower design or something, maybe even initials in there, so I'm going to have to clean this up when I get home and get back to you. But what I'll do is I'll show you everything in the light box. Well, I was expecting a silver coin, not a massive big hunk of silver pocket watch. Date wise, I would guess it's probably around about 1880, 1900, thereabouts. But a thing of beauty. This is going to be my last target of the day for what has been a phenomenal day. Don't really want to give up, but unfortunately the sun is going. Might be aluminium after all that. I think that's what I started on. Oh no, in fact, it's not. I was looking at the wrong thing. We're back on. Is this another tap? You know what, it might be. Which would be crazy, because I think I've had a tap on every dig recently. It's something anyway. Well, it's pretty mangled, but yeah, it is. It's a tap. So it's probably a gas tap. Or even a gas light fitting, might be even that as well. But either that or agricultural. Right, that's me. And that is me heading for home. Another phenomenal day. Great new permission. Haven't even scratched the surface. I mean, I have not done 1% of that field, I'll guarantee it. So I got the silver right at the death almost. 20 minutes or so to go. And it was not the coin that I was expecting, but I'm not complaining. So I think to do all these finds justice, I'll have to put them in the light box. But potentially a couple of those finds from today and from the part 1, part 2 are medieval in date, which would be absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, the joys of living in Scotland, what are we, 57 degrees north? And it's only 3:15 in the afternoon. 3:15 and it's almost pitch black. It'll be pitch black in 10 minutes, I'll guarantee it. And there's also a little bit of snow falling too. Right, let's have a look at the best of the best. So welcome back to the light box, and after what was a pretty fantastic part 1 and part 2 on the brand new permission next to the medieval village in the old medieval market, here are the best finds from the day. Here is the Edinburgh halfpenny token. So I've looked this up online. You can see the figure of St Andrews. He's already, or St Andrew should I say, he's already fairly clear. You can see him standing there against the cross. And the date online according to this would be 1792. And on the other side there is a shield with what I thought was a crown above it when I found it is actually an anchor. So you'll see that starting to fade in. And within the shield, the 3 lines are actually 3 turrets for a castle or a fort. So this is a copper halfpenny, often referred to as a trade token. Dates to 1792. Almost certainly comes from Edinburgh. And this would have passed as currency back then, so people would have actually bought things with this. They would have spent it. But it's an interesting little find from the late 18th century, from the time of King George III. And then we've got this sort of oversized lead musket ball, which could potentially be from a culverin, which was an early form of handheld firearm. It was almost like a miniature cannon, probably more likely to kill the person who was firing it than the person that they were actually aiming at. And I'm pretty certain that's what that is. It's made of lead, and it could well be pretty old. It could be 1600s. But it is a very interesting little find. This is my star find. It is a lead weight. It's a sort of pear shape, and at the top you can see what looks like an iron fitting sticking out, so it probably would have been a little suspension loop there. And I believe this is part of an early medieval weighing system, probably a steelyard set. So one of those sort of arms that would balance, and you would add a certain amount of weight or certain sizes of weights. You would pour in your product into the opposing side into a pan, and then when it level or balanced, then you knew how much weight there was. So this could well be medieval, but these have been around for thousands of years. I mean, they've been in use since way back to the Roman times, and even earlier than that. So that is a really brilliant find, my star find of the day. This is the George III coin. You'll see him fading in, and at the top it looks like someone's actually tried to pierce the coin and then given up. So possibly this was going to be suspended from a chain or such like. The other side, you can see Britannia seated, and this is towards the end of his reign. So George III ruled from 1760 to 1820. My guess is this is probably from around about 1806, but it is a copper halfpenny and a very nice little coin. This is my huge piece of silver. So you can see some hallmarks coming in at the bottom. You've also got the date letter M, and you can just make out 925. So this is 92.5% silver. It is a case for a pocket watch. You can see there's a little motif there. Possibly might have had a monogram, maybe with initials of the person, but I haven't properly cleaned it up yet. But date-wise, I'm guessing it's probably from around about 1870, maybe through to about 1910, give or take. And now you can quite clearly see this little lead item, which has still got some paint on it, is 100% a chicken's foot. Very strange find. But date-wise, again, I think it's probably the turn of the last century. Probably in the late 19th century. 1890, 1900s, that kind of period, I would think. Possibly part of a child's toy, or maybe some sort of ornament. At the time, I thought there was an outside chance this could be a palm guard for working leather. It's got a slightly dome shape, so that side potentially would sit in the palm of your hand. What's throwing me slightly is the big notch, and then also these sort of dot effects on it. But as I've said before, they did used to use shells sometimes as a mould to pour, and as you can see, it fits pretty well, pretty comfortably in the palm of the hand. So it could be for leather working, and likewise could be medieval. This is the little lead seal, and some people have already commented, I've seen, and they say that it's Dunkirk. And this is a bag seal for flour. Fichot. So it is probably from the late 19th century, 1850, 1900s, and would have been attached to a bag which would almost certainly have contained flour. In total, I got 6 coins for the day's digging, which is pretty good going. Top right is a penny of Queen Victoria. Top left is a halfpenny of Queen Victoria. Below that, we've got a farthing, which is a quarter of a penny of Queen Victoria. And then to the bottom right, we have got another halfpenny of Queen Victoria. And then right at the bottom, we have her son, Edward the 7th, and that is another halfpenny. And then a couple of objects, purpose unknown. Potentially the one on the left is from furniture, maybe a moulding off a piece of furniture. And then the piece on the right hand side, not really sure on that because it is lead, but not sure what the purpose is. Clearly it's broken, whatever it is, but unsure. So there you go. A great day's detecting on a brand new field. And there you go. Coins galore. A few interesting little relics. And more importantly, a bit of silver. Even if it is a squashed pocket watch case. But it is sterling silver. So, a fantastic day. Cannot wait to get back out. But between the weather, the shortness of days, it's a real struggle at the moment. I think the ground will be frozen tomorrow, so again, I'm unable to get out. But at least I've got a couple of videos in the bank that I can release maybe every 3 or 4 days. So as ever, thank you all for watching. Thank you for the tremendous support of the channel. And if you like what you see, then please hit the subscribe button if you aren't already. Right, take care all. I look forward to seeing you all on the next dig. See you soon.